Hello, good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is July 27th, it is Thursday, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what this market is doing. Remember, this is the recap and prep for today. We have GDP in just a couple minutes. Jobless claims as well. This is the weekly jobless claim. And tomorrow we have PCE and consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. There's a lot of volatility now in this market. Just to be, we were talking yesterday. I posted something yesterday about in Twitter about yesterday's trade, right? It was when you got the market right, you cannot avoid pound your chest, right? Oh, I got the market right. I am a good trader. I am impossible. But it is, man, I consider myself lucky yesterday. But something that helps in trade, and this helped a lot yesterday, it was value. We have value that was lower than yesterday. And when the market, it just what before we talk about this, let's see what happens with this market now. It's just 1 minute to the number. Remember, I don't care about the number. I just want to know what happens with the number. Okay? When the number is released. What the market does with that information. We have inventory now that is 100% long. Pretty much. It is super long. Pretty much like a continuation with yesterday. Okay, GDP now. What happened with this number? This high is the high that we have from March. If you grab your charts, you will see that high. This one over here, 46.31. That's the next reference in all time frames. And it's very, very far back in time. I guess I cannot even see it in the daily time anymore because this is only 1 year. Okay, but this is it. This one here. And notice that's the high in this market in the monthly before coming back to the before the market makes a new highs. Remember, I guess Chase or Morgan Stanley have the goal. You know, this for the S&P was going to be 4,400 at the end of the year, and they did that when the market was down here. Okay, let's go back. We have GDP. I don't know what the number was. I guess I can check it here. We have this overnight that had 3 distribution, 1, 2, 3. Oh, one, two, three, four distributions. Gosh. Now, it's very, the market, the reaction of the market is very muted. I guess I can think after, after this tremendous rally that we have in the overnight and a gap, you know, what else can happen? Let's check the number now. The reaction is muted, okay? That's the main thing. GDP, wow, that's a good one. Right? The consensus was 1.8, previous was 2. Actually, the actual number is 2.4. Okay, that's good. That's a good number. All right. The main thing today is the gap. That's the main thing. The main observation is the gap. Okay. Let's go back to yesterday. You know, yesterday you could see the market trading inside the lower distribution of yesterday, which is a sign here. There's a sign here. When the market closes these distributions, market make a breakout, right? You can see the directional move out of this 3-day range. We have balance here, 2 days balance, breakout of the balance, breakout of the inside day to the upside, breakout of the 3-day range to the upside. But the nuance here is that we had 2 distributions here. And the market closed the distributions. Closed the distribution and built value below the distribution. You know, inside the lower distribution, which means the market is rejecting higher prices here. At least remember, the market is made by many participants, many time frames. Right? There's short time frames, very short time frames, daily, weekly, monthly time frames, investment money that never sells as well. And value built, right? By the time we had FOMC, which actually was this period here, you could see before that, you could see the market was being bought from yesterday's low, and the opening was a very, the opposite was a significant reference yesterday. There was a lot of trader in this topic, and something very important as well is volume, no big blocks, but volume here in this level here, in this area here, this area here. There was 10,000 contracts traded in A here. That's why I have this high volume area here. No big blocks, but just high volume here. From my point of view, is when I see that happening, the potential that something, some kind of directional move happens out of that is high, right? The odds that something is going to happen out of that is are increasing. Okay? Remember, these are just odds, nothing else, just odds. And when FOMC happened, you have 2 p.m. It gave us this bar here. Something to observe was that it gave us a spike to the downside, which took these lows out. Remember, there's a lot of stops here. Okay, not that much, but it took the lows out. But the reaction was muted until the press conference of Chairman Powell. The market was just, I guess it's up, it was somewhere in here in this area, and then we just have, the market tried to go short. This inventory here was removed here. You can see kind of what's happening with value, for example, POC. POC is lower. POC was moving lower. There's a lot of selling here. There's a lot of selling. The weak selling was removed here with this spike to the south. You could see this is short covering. It just happened. It didn't happen. If you remember some movements to the upside, if you remember some movements to the upside, when we have this kind of volatile days, this movement happened in 1 second, on one fraction of a second, just boom, shoots to the upside. That wasn't the case yesterday. It was just grinding its way to the upside. Not grinding, but relative to past experience, right? It was way slower. And you could see, you could see short covering going on here. Market took a new high, took this high out, and make a new high. The high has good excess here, has good excess here, but relative to the 3 days here to this day, and this is not that much actually. Right? It's not that much really. Now the market is having some extension to the upside. And they all still here. There could have been something here, right? If you want to take a short here, your chances to the short side. Once the market make high, if I'm short here, my stop is going to be as the closer the market gets to the high, the riskier it becomes. Right? But when I went short somewhere in here, and the reason why I did that is the market was being bought from 4,600 multiple times. It bought like 4 times, and I decided to keep it because it was bought from multiple times from 4,600, and the market was too long here. Was too long. It is hard to trade this kind of days. I usually don't do it, but today was different. Okay, but today was just different. When I saw this buying coming from this level, right? Can you see what's going on right now? The way how this market is going to the upside is the same way how the market went to the upside yesterday. Right? Very emotional day. Very emotional day yesterday. I mean, very emotional trading session because of the multiple distributions here. This way, it did. The news happened at 8:30. We are 8:40, and now the spike is. Now we are having a spike. Okay, and what followed was the liquidation. This was short cover, and then there was just liquidation of all of this inventory that we have up here. Once and why? I mean the odds, right? You play the odds here. You play what traders are doing. Value was the key yesterday. Value was lower relative to the previous day. We have value going higher here. Higher. The market is going higher. There was change yesterday. One time the upside trend ended. And the odds that the market was going to move value higher, or at least inside to previous day, was really low. The market needed to have a rally just like the one we're having now, all the way up to here, just to move value higher or inside previous day. What were the odds of that happening? Well, wasn't that good. POC was moving lower and value was overlapping to lower, and that was another reason they gave us. Once you have this movement, the thing is where, how do you monitor for continuation? How do you monitor for continuation? The first thing was market re-entered this range because by the time L opened, it was forming a second distribution. There were still odds the market could have continuation, upside continuation. But when the market, when you see 46 being bought multiple times again in L, next step closing the distributions, which the market did. When market reached this, next step point continuation overnight. I mean POC. Next step, maybe, okay, maybe this area, this lows again, and finally taking the low, which it did. Right? Continuation, downside continuation here is the next. Notice this is man, this is, I don't know if this is coincidence, but I can see POC here, exactly to this POC. It is looking too far because we have 1-2 days already, but I can't avoid to notice this. Okay. Now, once the market have made a look below previous day range, the question was, is this going to be an outside day? Okay. Because monitoring for continuation in a market that is going to the upside, you know, the big, remember the trends, right? What it is. You know, what the market is doing, all the time frames, what the market is doing, and also something else very important. Okay, I hope you have this on the chart. You have noticed this thing as well. If you have seen, and this is what you want to notice as well. This trend here. I feel good when I have the same observations as Jim. You know, this is something that Jim also mentioned in his webinar. Like there were odds the market was going to be bought around this level. What happened in the market has a breakout, and it looked below. But it closed it inside, right? It didn't close upside. It didn't close upside. Okay. Oh, this is another piece of information. Actually, I didn't see it that way. It looked below this, right? But it didn't close it. It didn't close it upside. Huh. Oh no, but it make a high. Okay. It is quite the opposite. It looked below, but it didn't close below, which is what we need to call yesterday an outside bar, which is the next thing, right? Closing the market, if the market closes below yesterday's range, that actually puts pressure to the downside. It puts some pressure to the downside here if the market closes. That was something, you know, and these things we need to observe this before it happens, right? So you start to use your imagination, and that's what I you know. Okay, whether this market closes to the downside, prints an outside day, which would be a sign of weakness. It didn't happen. Okay, it didn't happen. The market didn't print an inside, an outside day, and even more, what happened is the market settled pretty much at the exact same, almost at the same level as it settled the same. It settled same at the same level as the previous day. You know, look at the settle. Where's settle? Tuesday settled 96. Wednesday 95.25. Okay, just three, less than 100 difference, which means, you know, it make you think about something else. Is after all of this volatility, after all this day, after all this day, the market closed. The market didn't do anything, right? It just closed. It just settled, closed right there, right where it was before, right there. Nothing happened. Nothing happened after all this volatility we have yesterday relative to the previous day. Okay, which makes you question this day when nothing happened. I'm not saying that I saw this rally happening in the overnight. No, I didn't see this thing. Because I don't have. If I would have seen this, I would be long. I'm not long in this market. Okay. If any, yesterday I started to see to the downside. Okay, I say. This is one piece of information. The market closed around, exactly as settled. 4,600 is right there. There could be some selling, maybe, because I saw value moving lower and YPOCs. Notice this is this thing, right? YPOCs, YPOC, YPOC here. This is the first time you have YPOC going to the downside. Something else here is this volume here. Oh, but this, oh no, this wasn't, let me see, this is high volume, actually. Can you see? Like 1,000. Where it is? What's the value of this? 82.50, could be 82. Okay, this is 82.50. 83. Okay, this is 83. Volume. Oh, what happened with the market afterwards? Going to the other side. I mean, in down here, what I did, to be honest, I didn't notice how this volume was made. I didn't notice what happened here. If the market went to the downside or it went to the upside. 83. And what I will do, I have 83 here, right? Because I don't know what happened. This could be irrelevant. It's 83 here happening. High volume here. And now, this is when traders really have hard times making up their minds. Okay, the market now has a gap. Okay, or when more than a period. This is the market high. Upside gap. All these volumes were to the upside. This one. Let's check this one. Okay, the 19. This 19 was volume to the downside. The 25 to the downside as well. The 20 to the downside as well. 26, this volume here. What happened with this volume? Okay, probably we're going to the downside as well. Now they are just being forced to cover. Yeah, I think this is short covering. This is short covering here. Because what I saw, deeper, if you look deeper at these levels here, these arrows here, are the big blocks that I just showed you, these big blocks here. and the direction of the movement, and the direction of the market after those blocks are recorded. I am tempted to replay this day just to see what happened there. Come on, see what happened there. I think it was to the upside. And it makes sense. All right. I'm going to replay. And what date? Yesterday, the 6th, 9:30. 9:30. Let's put it 9:30. Create. Uh-oh, what happened? It's not allowing. I guess I had to give it some time. Alright, I'm going to wait until it uploads. Okay, right here. Alright, let's play. I'm going to move this upside. Alright. This is yesterday's session. 30 times faster than the normal speed. The market open, shoot to the upside. Well, I don't use this, but I know that there's some chunk of volume here, chunk of volume here. Now this is questionable. This also, this area here, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, something here. Down here, have another volume here. What else? And this is very close, somewhat close to the upside. 58, this is the next period. It's about to happen. Notice the volume we have here. 11. Can you see? This area is actually quite wide. High volume area is 4 wide here from 5. Okay, I'm going to do something here. I need to update this. This is actually from 88.75 to 87.70. This is rare. Okay, this is the first time I see this. Okay. Never mind. I'm going to update this on my other chart. 88.75. Oh. How to mark this? A high volume area. 88.75 to 87.75. Okay. This is what I did. I did it here. This high volume area. That belongs to yesterday. That was 26th. 26. Alright. I'm going to save it. Just in case. Save. Okay, so let's keep doing the replay. Notice the spike that we have today. The market has a high spike to the upside. Well, the market is going to open here. Okay. We're going to go back to that also. Well, okay, because you have a spike, a combination of spike and gap. Okay. After this volume was recorded yesterday, this is what I call high volume area. This is high volume area I call here. It's high volume area. These ones are just references. I don't need these ones. So these are irrelevant, you know. Just when you do your homework, you see, okay, I have this here, I have that one here, and then I don't want nothing else there that could distract me. But I need to be aware of this low, for example, right? This low. This is quite the thing. From the previous day, we have this pullback here, and these are things that we need to be aware of. Okay, you had a pullback low. We have this is the close in the distribution. Distribution close was closed. Market was sold. Now, and this is the thing. Selling from the high of this distribution is not a good high. We talk about that as well. Okay, this is not a good high. So the odds the market was going to come back and repair this. And there were some odds that happened in the session or the following days. And at this point, they don't know anything. Now we have a distribution here yesterday. Something serious to the downside will build value. Okay, this is another piece of information. Will build value in the lower distribution, and the distribution will be kept. The market closing these distributions, that's another piece of information. Okay, I didn't mention this today, but replaying, making me remember this. That was an important piece of information as well. Closing these distributions, okay, actually diminish, the seriousness of the downside movement at this moment in time. And remember that FOMC was still in the horizon. Okay, how I was questioning how anybody can be short in front of the number, right? That was the thing. And the rotation has started here. The trend was, we had a trending day to the downside. So, but the rotation, that trend ended really early in the morning. By doing that, the market, is increasing. We have increased the odds of having a rotational day. Now let's see if the market can repair that high. Can the market repair that high? Remember, the high is questionable because it's the high of the low of yesterday's lower distribution. Let's see what it does. We need at least 2 ticks above that high to consider that high repair. But imagination, right? Being 2 ticks higher, it means only 1 tick before yesterday. Upper distribution. And look at that. Notice the volume as well here. We have high volume here, half, 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 half. We can see this, for example, if you see your histograms, you will see, okay, this is high volume here, high volume. But this high volume relative to the period, right? This one is high at the center relative to the period, but relative to the other ones, it looks kind of about the same, but it's completely different than this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. These reds here are far, far lower. Like some of them are 3 times less than this one. There's no excess high. It was questionable first when it happened, and it is even more questionable now that traders sold the market from this high. And just 1 tick from taking the high. Please let me know if you have any questions. I have yesterday somebody asked is unfortunately I couldn't talk to him, but he asked, is bear or bullish? I guess it was something like that. Um, you know, that is just looking, that's looking for troubles there. You know, if the market is going to the upside, it's bullish, right? It's going to be bullish. If the market is going to the upside, it's going to be bullish. But I don't question that. What I question is the mindset. The mindset is here. Sometimes you will notice the mindset of other people, how the people think. Uh, According to what they ask as well. You're not willing, I was saying, you are in a stage that you when we all go through that, right? We want to have answers. What am I going to do? What do I sell? Where do I buy? And when we don't have those answers, we get mad. And you know, this law is no good, for example. No good, no good. Both sides are questionable. And coming back to what we were talking, when we don't have the answers we want, we get mad, or when we move to the next stream and still looking for more for information. Like, who's going to tell me where to buy? And somebody will tell you, oh, this is a big market. I'm going to sell. Oh, that means I'm going to sell. Okay, I want to sell. But you need to come. You need to make a serious evaluation. You know, an honest evaluation of your trading. If the results of your trading are good, then what you are doing is good, also what you are doing is good as well. If that's not the case, then you need to reevaluate what you are doing and think different or do something different. Okay, this is FOMC. This is 2 p.m. The market repaired this non-excess low here. And notice how this period is going to close inside the range. And these lows have been taken, but this high has not. What we have in the upper side, what we have in the lower side now are relevant. We have this in the lower side, we have this in the upper side, and we have this in the upper side. This is a market high now. The market is building value inside yesterday's distribution, lower distribution. Let's see. Look at this. Okay. Do you see the movement? Boom, 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 boom. Those are stops being hit. Those are stops hit. Dun, 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 dun. All right. I still don't see the thousands. When I start to see these kind of things, okay, this is sign that could be somebody's taking profits here, doing something. What are the odds now? Okay, what are the odds that you see this kind of volume? That this, who can buy 200 contracts? Okay, who can buy 200 contracts? Who can buy 70 contracts? Or even who can buy 50 contracts? I cannot buy 50 contracts because the margin I need is very high, right? Who can do that? Bigger traders. And bigger traders, bigger offices, family offices, hedge funds, or well, I don't know, right? Trying to guess who is, it is foolish, actually. But what are the odds, that these kind of traders that can do that are buying here, for example, and not buying down here or here? There is something there that calls for buying breakouts. But one thing is a breakout. One thing is a breakout in a day or out of the range. Another thing is a breakout on a day like this, when we are still have earnings, we had Meta at the closing. Next week we have Amazon. Um, yeah, think of that. Now 4,600 is down here. I guess it was bought already once here. Exactly. Did you see when it was bought exactly? Exactly to the tick 4,600. To the tick. And you can see again a couple ticks from to the tick, two times there. Those look where this period starts. This is irrelevant now. This is irrelevant now. Okay. Now liquidation starts. Let's see when does 1,000. Okay. The 1,000 happens. You have 900 here. Okay. 1,000 there. What the market is doing? What the market is doing here? It's holding this level. Okay, this was to the downside. 165. It was to the upside. This also could this can be profit taking here. You got short, getting short here, and that's bound just buy here. Try to buy here. But this was to the upside. So this is not okay. That's what I want to see. This is not sideways, but 83, right? This is to the upside actually. When after that moment, I just said that was it. That was it. I just don't want to see it. I didn't stay. After the market closed, unfortunately, I had to leave. I had some things to do, and I just left. Let's see what happened at the closing, because that was something as well. And I missed that moment. I didn't know how. Okay, something here. This kind of volume is expected at the closing. Okay, it is one thing having this kind of volume here, and another one having thousands here as well. Let's keep playing. Oh, look at that. Okay, I think that was Meta. Reporting on the market, the reaction in the market to that earnings being released. Saddle was around here, market being bought from Saddle. Overline being bought from Saddle. Now, all right. Okay, that was it. Oh, something else. Something. I don't see big blocks here. It has been a while. They didn't see big blocks here at the closing. We did have big blocks the previous day. Okay, that's another how can I forget that also? And these are signs, right? This day, right? The day previous when the market has this break. It was bought here, just huge volume here in the in the overnight. But I question this low because it wasn't here. It was just after market close. Boom, was bought right there. Market break I don't was you have what we have here, Google, Microsoft, I believe. One shooting to the upside, another one to the downside. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, this is it. I saw what I want, what I need. Now, regarding today, it is 9:15. Homework, part of the homework. So how do I see this? How I remember if I don't have a screenshot, for example. Now let's take a screenshot of this. What is going on? Save. This is the beginning of a new day. What? Oh. Okay. Overnight inventory here. Overnight inventory is 100% short. Oh, 100% long. It does what what is more relevant here is the next thing after that is market. The market has a significant upside gap. Okay, notice this. Okay, if the gap is going to be close, selling happens usually the selling happens right from the opening. The selling starts right from the opening. Just to notice, just to take a note. Now, also, the market has another thing here. Another is the market has also have a spike to the upside, and it's as of 9:15 is processed to open inside the spike. If the market opens above the spike, that's the most positive reaction. The market opens below the spike, that's negative. But the market is opening inside, right inside the spike. This is when I had the most troubles. Notice how the distribution, how the overnight has multiple distribution as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's another thing. Overnight. What is volume? 300. That's a good volume there. Huh. Overnight profile. our profile has multiple distributions. How many? 4? Let's do 4. Sign. You know, multiple distributions are sign of emotional trading. 1, 2, 3, 4 distributions. Doesn't mean I'm going to go short, okay? That's just an observation. Yesterday has a wide POC, downside there, day to the downside, and value was built inside this 3-day. The trade is or was the potential destination was the opposite side of this 3-day range. The market just didn't do that. The market just the odds were going to be high at that happening if the market closed it as an outside day, meaning below this low. It didn't happen. As a matter of fact, you know, the next piece of information is that it just closed it at the same level as the previous day. That's the thing. That is the thing. That we have to be able to observe those things, all right? All right. All right, gaps. The bigger the gaps, the lower the odds is going to be filled. This is it's not market high. This is gap closed now, meaning that if the market comes back here, the gap will be closed, and also kind of like coincide with closing the distribution, all the distribution for the overnight here. Market has cleared that high from March. Did I see this coming? Nah. This is just an incredible rally. Yeah. That's just an incredible rally. And this kind of days can provide. The other thing is value here. I guess what are the odds of value to be at least overlapping to higher? Okay, it is going to be the odds that the body is going to end up being higher are very high here right now. The structure of the market is very weak. The structure holding the market is incredibly weak. This, this is a house of cards. But you don't trade. I mean, I am not economist. I am not a statistic or whatever. I'm a trader. I have okay. I'm sorry about that. Um, these days can provide you with good opportunities because traders will have hard times making up their minds. You know, why would I go long here, for example? Huh? Why I would go long? The market is just too high. I have the market is going to break. I'm not saying I'm going to be long, okay? I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, I need to prepare something here. Let me. I want to check some options here, and I need. A couple minutes to that. Okay, I'll be back soon. The market is out of balance now. Market is out of. Okay, I need to silence this dog. Okay. Less than a minute to the opening. Market has a gap. Let's see the market closes these distributions. This one, this one, this one. Closing all the distributions coincide with closing the gap as well. The market's to the upside now. Okay? First thing, value is going to be higher. The odds the value is higher are high today. So, in the same way as yesterday, you have value lower. You don't wanna go long when value is lower. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Okay, you have higher volume today, higher volume. This market is trying to sell. There's some volume here. Market high was made in the overnight. We have a new high, but it's in the overnight session. These highs, the market tend to come back to these ones. Not today. I'm not saying it's going to do it today. I'm not saying nothing here. I'm just observing here what's happening. Volume is higher. Yesterday was high, right? At the end. And today's value is actually higher. The opening is a little bit higher than previous day. I'm asking, this could be just a counter action, but is there volume here? Is there volume here? Notice where this market is selling from this high. This high is from March. Gosh, markets are irrational, okay? But sometimes I'll just. Oh, come on. I want to change this. So the first thing in the lower side is this distribution here. The lowest distribution is the overnight, but I don't pay attention to the overnight. Right now, for example, just a couple minutes into the opening, into the session, and we already have 28,000 volume here. Overall volume is high. Let's see. The market is just so close to that overnight high, man. This would be nice if the market can make a high here. It would be very relevant, actually. The conditions are there. Let's see. If we have volume here on the upper side, if it gains momentum, what's the tempo of the market trading to the upside? Did you see how it just wasn't, the selling just wasn't here? It wasn't. Where are you looking at? To the upside, to the downside? Yeah, that's a big gap there. That's a big gap. That is a big gap. Do you see that movement? Do you see this movement? That scares the hell out of the lungs there. Okay. This can be very well good a high volume here. We can have maybe high volume. We are just 5 minutes. If this trend continues, 10 minutes is going to be here, and just in the 15 minutes we can have the same volume as yesterday. But it's too early, you know, too early to see yet. That kind of movement that we had, market was grinding its way to the upside, right? And then we just boom, a pullback there, like from here to here, like 3 points in, really fast. That scares the hell out of the traders. Actually, that scares the hell out of the traders. Seven minutes. Okay, this is dry. To be half volume will need to dry. You know, considerable here. This is this is not a yes, okay? This is the market. Sorry, there's a New York Stock Exchange composite here. This is market overall, the whole market, because the ES is an index. And monitor value, to monitor volume. And how do you monitor volume of an index? They try to monitor what the whole market actually. And these trading programs actually call for when we have these breakouts. This is program trading here. Set those programs by when there's a breakout. That's actually a system. When these key levels are taken, go long. I'm not saying you go long, right? But these companies, because there is something that could be going on, right? The pain trade could still be in progress. So we don't know. We never know when this thing is going to end. Kind of like a muted reaction, muted opening. Traders for traders it's very hard to make, to brought minds around these highs. This is high. Why I would go long here? Why I would go long if we are really high? That would be crazy. This market is going to break. Now, the next level, let's see what the market does over here. What the heck happened? Oh, I need to update this. This is the next reference on the upper side. This overnight high. What the market does if that overnight is not taken, or once that overnight is taken, the market could. But because what will happen here is this market will take this high out. If it does, that will be a new high, and now we can go to the downside. That's kind of that's the question here. Are we going to have upside continuation after that? If that happens, or is this market just going to collapse under its own weight? "15 minutes, a little bit, it looks like we're going to have higher volume than yesterday. We are still less than half into the period, and about a little bit more than half the previous day here. The market just doesn't have it here. It just doesn't have it here. At least for now. The inventory, inventory is super long as well. What are the odds, right? As well. Inventory is super long. Overnight, weak inventory here. This is just too long here. This is just too long here. so far good volume here. If this volume, this trend it remains, what can happen? Let's see if this materializes. Because this is really good volume here. Volume could end up being way up here. Which is higher volume. Looks like the market has got ahead of itself here. There could be a spike here. There could be a spike. Boom, spike and then big break. A fast, really fast break here. 60. This, what is this? This is 25.50. $16. $35.50. 46.16. 46.16. 46.35. Save. Oh, come on. My chart just froze. Come on. No way. Oh, right there. Is there. You're back. Oh, look at this. Huh. Look at this volume here. This is low volume here, but high, really high volume here. Somebody's interested in not letting this market fall, or just faking out an upside. Huh. This is, what the heck? And it is right here at this high. Right at this high. That high volume is right here. Okay, I guess what I was saying, 26. Oops. That's 3,000. That's a huge number there now. That's a huge number there. Look at that. This is something I haven't seen in a while. It's huge amount of contracts there. When I see this kind of volumes, sometimes when the market make this high, was at a very high, the market just make these highs, and it tends. I've seen this before, right? The range is narrow, relatively narrow, with X's at the high, X's at the low, wide POC, and huge volume there. Huge volume there. It's a narrow range. It's a narrow range, but significant amount of volume there. Again, we have 18,000 here. I mean, 11,000 here. And good, really high. This time, really high volume, really high amount of contracts there. This could be a big break, a big rally here. Continuation of yesterday. Market's about to make a new high. But it's barely, just, the thing is that overnight, man, the overnight high is just a nuance there. Still the market hasn't shown its hand yet. That's a huge amount of volume there. But the gap is not being closed, man. The gap remains. The market the market is trading right at that high. You know, can you see that high? Remember this high? Oh, come on! How do I do this? I need to redo this thing. Ok, ¿cómo hago esto? It's very hard to talk and trade at the same time. You know, traders are expecting a break here, just like yesterday. The gap is a significant gap. Traders are also expecting volatility. The market goes high and low, high and low. The market can very well end. You know, the range is actually very narrow. 25, 35, 10 points range is actually narrow range. Okay, that huge volume there. It's been very significant here. The market is to the upside. The gap has not been closed, so we have a significant gap. Oh, yeah. Huge volume there, man. Huge volume. It's just incredible. This could be a day, again, very wide POC and narrow range. Let's see. high volume there. And that level is a breakout actually. That's the breakout level. And now, what happened during these days is we have this, the market was that closed down here. Lots of trading, lots of volatility yesterday. And there's a lot of shorts here from yesterday. Lots of shorts. Those shorts are being forced, they are meeting the margin calls, all this stuff. And what the market is doing, is actually filling those orders, that's one reason this market can be keep high as well. All this trading being forced to cover and keep the market high. And while that, and that's all business, right? That's all, until that is resolved. We don't know what's going to happen. There's a lot going on here. A lot of things going on. Let's see if the market has volume here. Can have some accumulation of volume. Remember, this is something to monitor now. This area here. This could play some important role here. There's huge volume here. It's just too much, and it's not any regular volume. It is important volume there. It's not weak volume. That's big money here. That's big trading here. A lot of. Look at these blocks here. Just didn't have it, right? It came back, but just it didn't have it. Market's trying to fill the gap now. I just see that market's trying to fill the gap. This is an attempt to fill the gap. Okay. Let's see if this movement fails, and that could be an opportunity to the upside. Inventory so far your inventory is just too long now. Oh no. Hard back here. What? This is not a good high. Market is holding here. It didn't get too close to this low. And the selling is coming exactly from that hardback. This This high is not good. Now, if the market repairs this high, it's going to trade through this area, this high volume area. This is from 30 to 29.25. If this area is taken, it could be a huge upside. What the market does after though? That's the question. I think there's a lot, trading too close to the opening. It has its risk as well. Okay. This is an attempt to close the gap. The gap, the gap is holding. The selling is very mechanical here. This, for example, this is going to be, I'm going to call this market high in overnight. Made in the overnight. Markets don't lead this kind of highs. I mean, this high is going to be a long-lasting one. Are going to last long are not that good actually. It doesn't mean it's going to be taken today, but it usually the market comes back and check those ones. The market can have huge breaks, but it just doesn't happen. The market is attempting to close the gap. Can the market take this high, this low, for example? And volume, this is a high volume here. Okay, that looks not good. Oh, come on. Let's see what's going on here. Alright. It just doesn't have. Market is attempting to close this gap here. I see some reds here. There's volume here. There's volume coming in. Okay, just a second. Oh, there's more volume here. There's significant volume here. Look at this, man. Look at this. Just look at this volume here. When the market printed this, we have downside. Market printed this. But this is a significant gap here. Okay, market has closed this upper distributions of yesterday of the overnight. The destination trade could be this low here. Market is attempting to close the gap. Who cares about this? I just care about the volume here. Okay. Alright, it is 10:10. Unless you have any questions, I'll call the morning. I did a couple trades here. And I wish you a good rest of the day. Happy trading, stay safe. Bye bye.